Good morning, folks, from a rainy Hiroshima. It's not looking too good, the weather today. So far it's been blue skies and sunshine, but today a little drizzly, but that's okay. Seems like it stopped before we left. Just checked out of my apartment there, which was quite nice. And now we've got about a 40-minute walk this way to get to the Shinkansen station. And then we're going to be going to Kobe, but we need to stop off at Osaka first. So we go from Hiroshima to Osaka Shin and then to Kobe. So come along with me and we'll get on that journey. I figured this video might be just a little bit more of a tag along with me than specifically like we're going on this train, I'll show you this one train and then we finish. I'll just sort of show you like what my normal journey is. So you sometimes don't see this stuff, you just see me at the train station, but to get to the train station sometimes, you know, it's like an hour walk from wherever I'm staying and then there's other things in between that. And I'm a bit thirsty, so should we pop into 7-Eleven and get a little drink? This is the type of stuff you're going to be doing, guys, if you come to Japan. You're going to pop into a 7-Eleven, get yourself a little coffee or something to start the day. I don't want anything hot because it's quite warm outside, but maybe a little cold coffee would be nice. So they've got all sorts of different beverages here as well in 7-Eleven, which is nice. Different black coffees. So, you know, if you're on that keto, you're on that low carb, you just like black coffee, you can get a black coffee. But they've got some Starbucks stuff, they've got other brands, obviously they just have here. All sorts of different things. They've got teas as well. And not all of them are full of sugar, some of them are just unsweetened tea. Like this one down there, the Oi Ocha, is actually quite nice, and it's just a unsweetened green tea. So if you just want plain green tea, that's a good one. I see this one's quite popular in the metal tin. Never had it before, so let's get one and see what it's like. You can get pretty much everything in a 7-Eleven. I mean, all your pre-packaged stuff like your noodles, there's frozen dumplings and lots of ice creams. This one is quite nice. But there's also bows and chicken, and there's sandwiches and all sorts of bits and bobs. So we've got like even fruit sandwiches, muscat fruit yogurt and whipped cream. And little funny sandwiches. You can get onigiri, which are like rice triangles wrapped in seaweed, and honestly all sorts of stuff. We can spend here all day, but anyway, we've got a train to catch. Let's get this and get moving. Arigato. Arigato. I never know what to say. They always say something when you walk in, and I just say konnichiwa, but it's probably not right because nobody else says it. But I've also noticed sometimes when Japanese people go in, the staff will say something to them, but they don't say anything back. So I don't know if you're required to say something back, but I feel rude saying like, hello. Right, should we try this Georgia coffee? Established 1975. Doesn't sound very Japanese, Georgia coffee, but it's very popular here. I see a lot of people drinking it, and it's in a lot of the vending machines. And it's ice cold as well, which is quite nice. Although it doesn't look warm here, it's very warm and it's very humid, especially since it's just rained. So it looks like a coffee with some milk in it, basically. Let's see if it's sweet. I have no idea. I can't read what that says. Smells quite good. Oh, that's quite nice. Yeah, it's just like a sweet milky coffee. Pretty good. But you'll see them even in the vending machines. Let's see if there's one in here. So right, not this particular one, but you'll see there, Boss Black. That's a really popular one as well. So you can get coffee everywhere. Good start to the day. Right, let's keep moving on to our train station. I tell you what, they love a big zebra crossing in Japan. That's a crosswalk for my American viewers. To be fair, these are probably not called zebra crossings here. I don't know what the specific name is for them here, but yeah, that's the biggest one I've seen so far. But obviously there's that stereotypical one it's a Shibuya in Tokyo. That's colossal. We might hit that one up while we're here, just because you kind of have to. So yeah, guys, these 7-Elevens, or convenience stores in general, called konbini here. They're everywhere. I've literally just passed one to pick this up, and there's already another 7-Eleven there. But you'll see 7-Elevens, Lawson's, and Family Marts everywhere. And Family Mart has the best fried chicken. I tried the one from 7-Eleven last night as a snack, and it wasn't very good, whereas the one from Family Mart was banging. So there's a little insider tip for you guys. They're everywhere. I don't think they're as prevalent as Żabka is in Poland, to be honest. But is anything as prevalent as Żabka in Poland? Are they better than Żabka in Poland? They do have more variety, but I love a hot dog. And Żabka coffee is just top tier, with a bit of cinnamon sugar. Kawa biała I cinnamon sugar. It's pretty good, dog. One thing I've noticed as well in Japan is that there's a lot of people that cycle, and it's kind of set up for cycling and sometimes not, but people still make do. It's not like in the Netherlands where everything's got a separate track. I mean, here there is sort of a little bit of red paint. A little bit of red paint there to indicate it's for bicycles. Like we've got our chap coming along here, he's going to cycle past us. So there's some of that, but a lot of the time people just cycle on the pavement, and it's chill. Like it's not against the rules here. Whereas I know in some countries you have to cycle on the road, you can't cycle on the pavement, and vice versa. But yeah, you see a lot of people cycling with no cyclists, which is what I like to see. I personally like to ride a bike. It's good fun. It's a good way to get around a city. But I'm not a fan of cyclists. That's usually where you have the problems, the guys that get up all in the lycra. We have a problem with this in England. Like, you'll have a cycle path, a dedicated cycle path that's really nice. I've seen it in Sunderland, down by the coast. We have a nice cycle path, freshly built, really good. And they'll still cycle on the road and get in everybody's way. And I don't know why you would possibly do that, because you're only putting yourself at harm being on the road. But this is a reason they get a reputation. Whereas there's nothing wrong with cycling, but I think there might be something wrong with being a cyclist. So we're at the river now, which is really cool. You see a like a television tower up there. So yeah, this is the Kyobashi River, and just up there is where the bomb dropped, basically. That direction over there, that's where you can find the Peace Dome, which was the sort of the centre of where the explosion went off. So it's hard to think, but 80 years ago, basically everything you see around me was built within the last 80 years. I'll do a little spin round for you. I mean, it all looks fairly modern, and I guess that's why, because literally everything got flattened apart from the Peace Dome. It's the only thing that's left, and that was because it was at the centre. And surprisingly, when a nuclear blast goes off, because it's an airburst device, the centre can actually be less affected than the surrounding areas. So yeah, really interesting. Like, if someone didn't tell you that Hiroshima got nuked, you wouldn't know, because it just is like every other nice functioning Japanese city. And I must say, like, Japan, it does live up to its reputation of being, you know, if I could put it in one word, I'd just say civilized. It's just civilized. Everything just works. It's clean. It's safe. You see little school kids, like, just going to school by themselves. They're like 6 years old, and you see them getting on the tram by themselves. And you can do that here. You can't do that pretty much anywhere else on earth, because it's just not safe enough. But here, you can. I would, like, have some video to show you, but I don't feel right videoing school children. It's a bit wrong. I know my intentions are pure, but like, you don't want to be like, you're the foreign guy in another country videoing kids. Bit weird. So I might have a little clip from the other day when I was on the tram, because there was one next to me, and I might have caught them on video. And I must say, they just look so cute. They've got their like little school uniforms there and the little caps and these backpacks that are like twice the size of them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And we can see as well, here's the tram lines. And I have a video taking the tram yesterday actually, and it was really good. One flat rate, which is quite interesting. So whether you take one stop or the whole line, it's just 240 yen, just over £1. You get some really cool little looking cars around here as well. Here's a little Daihatsu. I like that. Almost reminds me a little bit of like a classic Mini. But you'll see a lot of these very small cars called K cars here, because there's like a sort of tax benefit you get of them. And obviously they're just cheaper to run, they're little cars. They have like a 700cc engine or 650cc engine, something like that, very small. But if you're just nipping around the city, that's perfect. and some of the car spots are pretty snug, so having a little narrow car is really, it's good for around here, yeah. If I lived in a city like this, to be fair, I probably wouldn't have a car because the public transport is that good. But if I did, I'd probably just get myself a little dinky K car, or I do see my car driving around, because I have a Japanese car, I have a Toyota Yaris 2001 hybrid. If you want a lazy car, guys, it's the ultimate lazy man's car, it's fantastic. I see that driving around here, I'd probably just get one of those. Love that car, great. I originally had a Mark 1 Yaris, but now I've upgraded to the Mark 4. Haven't seen too many Supras though. It must be noted as well, guys, that you won't see like bins or trash cans around here in Japan. If you're lucky, you'll find one next to a vending machine. At least this is what I assume it is. Just for bottles. If it's not, well, sorry. But yeah, you won't see them about. Walking around the street, you will not find a bin. If you're in a train station, you will find some bins or trash cans, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, but not so common on the streets here, but you won't see litter. Which is funny because in, honestly, like the closest country to, this is going to sound quite weird, but the closest, from my experience, the closest country to Japan that I've been to is Poland, right? If you think about it, super clean, super safe, fantastic public transport such as trams and metros and stuff like that, and convenience shops everywhere. Instead of konbini like the Lawson, the Family Mart and the 7-Eleven, you have Żabka. But the difference there is there's bins everywhere in Poland. Like every 10 meters there's a bin, so there's never an excuse to litter there because there's literally bins everywhere. Whereas in Japan, there's no bins, but people do not litter here. It's just good civic sense here, which is nice to see. Again, as well, you'll see a lot of these like little, like really cubey cars, and although they look quite funny, I imagine the visibility is quite good because you've got such a big windscreen, and because it's so boxy, you're sort of making the most out of the profile of the vehicle. So if you need to like reverse it into a spot, or if you've got a tight garage, you can get it right up to the back because it's completely flat. I think, yeah, they look a little funky, and obviously they're not the most aerodynamic vehicle, but if you're just sort of hopping around town, you don't care about the aerodynamics because you're not going to be sat on a motorway for hours and hours and hours where it's going to really matter. Here's some of the buses as well. I have taken a bus in Japan, didn't vlog it, guys, sorry. When I was in Fukuoka on the way to the baseball game, but by jingo, was it tight. It was like, you know, that stereotypical where everyone just crammed in there like sardines. I had this poor schoolgirl in front of us and she just thought, why did I get stuck next to this big fella? Poor lass was getting squashed. But yeah, not great. But it was cheaper than a taxi. And the metro didn't run from where I was because I was a little bit further out of the centre of town in Fukuoka. Great city though, guys. If you get a chance, if you're going to come here and maybe watch some baseball, the Pepe Dome, great venue. I don't know what the others are like, but that was really, really good. And yeah, Fukuoka, great city. I really enjoyed it. Good vibe. You will see lots of cool little sort of monuments around Hiroshima as well. Oh wow, look how cool this bridge is. Oh, I like the design of that. Obviously, due to its historical significance, there's a lot of monuments to peace and things like that. And some of them are, yeah, really quite nice. It's a nice touch to the city. It sort of stops you from forgetting what happened here because you don't want to forget. A lot of stuff about sort of nuclear proliferation and getting rid of nuclear weapons and things like that, which is obviously a good thing. I don't personally think it will ever happen, but it's a nice sentiment. Because of course there's people here that were affected. There's still people alive that were here when it happened, so not many now. Of course, it was 80 years ago, so they're a good age if they're still around. But there's, I mean, obviously there's tons of people that their parents were affected, because obviously it's quite an old population here in Japan. There's tons of people where they remember the stories of their parents talking about the time Hiroshima got, well, flattened. What's really nice about Japan as well, actually, is there's you've got like your big old modern skyscrapers like we have here, but then you still have some of the classic old touches. Like you've got this little street corner here and it looks just really classic, sort of a bit grungy Japan. You know, the type of place you're going to get a good meal and a good pint. It's nice to have that contrast and that mix. It's nice that it's not just all tall, sterile buildings. So, because sometimes, and parts of it do look a little bit like Mirror's Edge, if you know that game. Some parts of Japan, yeah, it looks a bit too sterile, and it's not very creative with its buildings either. It's a lot of like copy-paste. Another thing you'll notice as well when you're here is the taxis and the cars are a bit different, and you'll see they have their wing mirrors on the front. Where's my station? Actually, should we check where I need to go? I think it might be over here. Yeah, I need to cross here. Right, oh, there's my car. But mine's in bronze, much better colour. But anyway, you'll see on the taxis here, they have the wing mirrors at the front. Different design, there's a couple of reasons for that. I had a little quick Google earlier the other day when I saw it. And it seems that part of it's just aesthetics, they like that look. And secondly, it's to do with privacy for the passenger, because the driver doesn't have to, let's say, look all the way at the other side where they could get a glimpse of the passenger when they're looking at the other. Let's say if you're driving on, you're on the right hand side, to look to the left, you've got to look over there. But if they're in front of you, you just have better visibility and you can always see behind yourself because you just have to move your eyeballs. But some of that's changing now. You'll see a lot of cars also have them at the front. But on taxis specifically, they're pretty much always further in front rather than just at the side of the door. I think it looks sick. I like it. I like the look. I like the aesthetic. I like it when things are different and not everything's just the same. I wonder what they sell. I do enjoy a good cigar from time to time, but not too often. Also, you'll hear like that chirping noise, and that's the crossing sound here. To me, it sounds a bit like a bird chirping, rather than like, you know, lights to go. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, we're just coming up to the Shinkansen station now, and you'll see there's just lockers everywhere around here as well. So if you're getting, you need to store your stuff, you can. It's fairly affordable. It's like 500, 600 yen for 24 hours. So if you need to leave it there all day, you could. I mean, you could come here, let's say you're coming from further afield, let's say from Tokyo, and then you wanted to pop down to another city nearby. You could just leave your stuff there, hop on another Shinkansen, pop to a city and come back and get your stuff. So you don't have to be looking around your big backpack all day. So it's super convenient. That's what I'll say. Japan's set up for convenience. Makes your life very easy. And everything just works, which is mighty nice. So our train leaves at 8:10. From Hiroshima, we're going to end up, we need to go to Osaka, and then from Osaka we'll go to Kobe. Couldn't get a direct line. There might be a local train, but I couldn't book it online. I couldn't reserve a seat. I don't fancy queuing for the escalator, so we'll just take the stairs. There's not many. And now we're in the station, and a mighty nice station it is, as always in Japan. Everything's nicely laid out. It's lovely and clean, and there's good signage. So we can see there's Shinkansen straight ahead. I already know that because I just got from here yesterday, so. Right, so let's go through. We'll use our J-Pass. Definitely don't want to lose that. It cost me 140,000 yen. It's like £700. Now this is to give me like unlimited trains and with business class, so it is more expensive. You can get a cheaper one for about £500, but I pushed the boat out for this trip because it's not very often you get to go to Japan for 3 weeks. So I thought no expense spared, and it means you can usually book last minute when you have the green car pass because those seats fill up last. So let's see what platform our train's leaving. There's 2 lines here, so Shinkansen for Hakata, Kagoshima, sure, we're not going that way. And then for Osaka, Tokyo, and we'll go to Osaka. But our train's not on there yet, so once that one's gone, ours will then pop up on the screen. I think we should get ourselves a drink and maybe a little snack for the train. Right guys, so we can see we're on platform or track 14 there, 8:10 to Shinosaka, and it's an 8 car train, which means we're just up here. Let's pop up. I had a look around for the food. There's nothing really tickling my fancy. I'm not that hungry yet actually. Sometimes when you have a cup of coffee, you don't really feel like eating afterwards. Maybe that's just me. But we'll pop up here. I'll get a drink though, but I'll just get one from a vending machine, it'll be easier. Probably a Pocari Sweat, do like them, or an Aquarius, also quite good, because I'm quite thirsty and I'm sweating a lot because it's really warm. I like the blue escalator banister. Right guys, so we'll get ourselves a sweat here. This is 180. I've got a pocket full of change, so I'll sort this out and we'll get one. There's 180. There we are. Happy days, ice cold sweat. And we're on platform 14, right? So that's on the left, but there is a train leaving just before ours. This one's headed to Tokyo. But we're not headed to Tokyo, we're headed to Osaka. But it's such an awesome station, you've got so much stuff here. And there's always like another Shinkansen coming through, and there's so many different models. It's really nice to see the variation. So our train's not here yet, we need the Sakura 540. And actually I've just bought a sweat, but there is a little convenience stop here. I actually want to try one of those fruit sandwiches. I would enjoy that for breakfast, but I don't know if they'll have them in this little teeny tiny one. Let's have a little gander. They do have some fruit, some pineapples, some grapes, boiled eggs, salads, onigiri. Crab sticks and other things, but no, I don't see. Actually, that looks quite nice. Little salmon. Oh, it's trout. Trout and vinegared rice. Arigatou gozaimasu. Automatic doors. We picked up a little rice and fish because I might want something to eat a little later. I really want to try one of those fruit sandwiches, but they didn't have it in that one. I think they just have it in the bigger ones. Right, let's check what seat we're in. We're in car 6, seat 12A. So, car 6, and we can find out which area that's going to stop, because they mark it on the floor here, which is great. Right, so here's car 6, we'll pop in.
This is a passenger announcement. If you do not have seat reservation, please use non-reserved card. Cars 1 through 3 are for passengers without seat reservation. Thank you.
Gonna be wobbly there, guys. So we're in 12 here. Got a nice window seat, and then we'll just chill here for the next hour and a bit. There's not too much to show you here, guys, but we've still got another train, so I'll show you some more of that train, because it might be a different Shinkansen, because so far I've only taken the Sakuras. And we're off, guys, bang on time, as usual. Goodbye Hiroshima. It was good while we were here. I enjoyed the city. Right guys, part 1 complete. That was really good. I think we're actually at the same platform that we left from the other day. I think this is platform 20. Right, now we need to find the platform for our next train. And we've got about 20 minutes to kill, so I haven't actually eaten that rice and trout thing, so I think I'll munch that now, because now I'm a little bit hungry. We'll find somewhere to sit and just munch that. Bit of a traffic jam at the minute. But we're in no rush, so it's okay. Sometimes the connections are very tight, so you want to be in a rush, but I've got like 20 minutes. It's a busy morning here. Right guys, miscalculation on my part. We're not taking another Shinkansen, we're taking S Rapid, which is slightly different and different on the board. And I don't know where we need to go, and I've only got a few minutes because I was sitting about thinking, oh, it's just another Shinkansen I need to take. So, yeah, not sure. We need the 954 Rapid. It's not that apparently. We need to get to the GR stuff. Whatever that is. Right, transfers to GR line is over here apparently. It's all new to me, so if we miss it, it's not the end of the world. We can get another one. I have that's the benefit of having the GR passes. If you miss your train, you're not out of pocket, you just book another one and get on the next one. You don't even have to book it, you can get on unreserved on the next one. But I have a seat and I want my seat, so let's get a move on. 954 to Kobe. Oh, there we are. 954, track 8. Right. Track 8, let's get a move on. How long do we have? We have till 954. It's 950, we've got 4 minutes, let's move. I don't normally move this quick. But I want my train. Right, platform here we are. We're only on this one for half an hour as well. We've made it. There's a train before it. We're actually okay. It's just, when it says it's going to get here at 9:54, it's going to get here at 9:54. It's not going to be delayed. So don't mess about. And it won't hang around for very long either. The Shinkansen in and they're out. They're very rapid, they're very organised with it. We're in car 9 as well. Nothing like leaving things a little late to get the juices flowing. Women only cars, that's something different. Don't have that in England. Or in Poland. I think there were some of those in India though. Right, well we've got two signs here saying 9, so I assume we're in the correct place. Paid seat, A seat. I assume so. Right, so this one isn't ours, it's the one that comes a minute later. Really cool though. I really like the exposed metal look. Right, so yeah, that's the one that's just arrived now. 1 minute after is our train. Oh, that was our train. We've missed the train actually. That was it. 9:54. Right, so there was one at 9:53 and then that said boarding and then that one wasn't here yet, but that obviously was it, so we've missed it, so that was great. Alright, what do we do now then? Get the next one? For once that wasn't clear, why was there a 9:53 and then the 9:54? Oh well, I guess we chill for a bit then get a Kobe. Oh well. I guess we go back up. And I don't technically need a ticket, I can get on with the JR pass, but I'd rather get myself a seat, so we'll go up and have a look, get a ticket. Well, isn't that hassle? I didn't check the destination if I was either, it was Himeji, I didn't see, I was in a dash. My fault for being in a rush, don't be in a rush guys, be more prepared. Right then guys, let's go and get ourselves a ticket somehow. I don't even know how to use the JR Pass to buy a ticket with the actual machines. I've only ever done it online, so. And I don't even know if the next one that's coming on that platform is for Kobe. So, you're as lost as me. Like I said, it's a learning curve on this trip. I don't really know what I'm doing fully. It's all new. Luckily, I'm not in a rush for anything. Miss a train, and again, here's a prime example actually where the JR Pass comes in clutch. Is, you know, I've missed my train. I'm not out of pocket. It's not like I've paid specifically for that train. So we'll come over. We'll get another one. Use one of these machines and try and figure it out. Alright, so I couldn't reserve a train there for whatever reason, but apparently we can just get on another one. We'll just get on unreserved, I guess. It's a half an hour train, so I'd only be standing for half an hour if I can't get a seat. Oh well. How frustrating. Right guys, back to platform 8. There's another train coming in like 2 minutes. And we can just get on unreserved, I believe. Looks like there's no reserved at all, that's why I couldn't even book a seat on there. So, I guess, wait in this queue, I don't know. I have no idea. I might be in a priority queue or something. Hey car. Seems to be less people down. We'll go further down and see if we can get on. Right, so this is the right one to Kobe. Just ask the guy in front of me, very friendly. And first come, first serve. All unreserved, I assume. So we'll just get on and see if we can get a seat. If we need to stand, we need to stand. It's no biggie. It's half an hour. It's fine. So this is just like a commuter line that people take every day. So you don't need to like book it. It's not like the Shinkansen where you book a seat. Just get on. Doesn't look like there's any toilets on this one, so I probably should have went beforehand because I do need the loo, but I can hold for half an hour. We ain't getting a seat, son. But you're meant to put your backpack on the front. I learned that apparently you shouldn't have your bag on your back. You're meant to have it on your front if you're in a crowded train. Not just for pickpocketing, just because you're more likely to bang someone if you can't see than the other way around. I'll probably just put my bag up there actually. Arigato. Right, we've got a seat. Seems like people weren't taking it. I guess if you only take 1-2 stops, there's no point, but we're going to Kobe, so got my bag up there, and we'll just chill here for half an hour, and we'll get there. Jolly good. And we're off. There we are. So though it says no like talking on your mobile phones on this one, there are people just talking in general, so it seems not to be as like full-parted talk on these trains in comparison to like the metros where you really shouldn't talk on those. Everyone is pretty silent.
お乗り換えのご案内をいたします。
City you see around me is Kobe now. So there's this stop and then the next stop is ours, which is Kobe Station.
This is the special rapid service bound for Himeji. After leaving Sannomiya, we will be stopping at Kobe.
Right folks, we've made it to Kobe. They have a really interesting sort of barrier system on the trains here as well. It's like sort of bungee cords, goes up and down. I wonder why they've gone for this system as opposed to like the glass doors or something like that. Interesting stuff. Yeah, see, we'll watch it lower. Right then guys, that's our train off, and that'll be me off on this video. So we're in Kobe now, we're going to hit up the Kobe Metro or Subway, whatever they call it, and we'll probably get ourselves a nice slice of beef somewhere along the way. But this video ends now, so I hope you've enjoyed that little adventure and the little hiccup we had along the way. I'll leave that in for a reason though, because it shows when you're gallivanting, things don't always go to plan. But luckily Japan's set up in such a way that even if you miss your train, if you've got that JR pass, it's no biggie. We only had to wait about 15 minutes for the next one. And by the time I went upstairs and messed about with the machine trying to figure things out, it felt like 2 seconds. So, yep, not too bad, pretty good. Let's explore Kobe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys!